As you know, I'm not the first Yorkshireman priest of the Diocese of Leeds to come to serve in the Diocese or Archdiocese of Southwark. I'm not the second either, but by my reckoning, the third. Who was the first? Father Arthur Hinsley. He came south in 1905 after a row with the then Bishop of Leeds. It didn't seem to do him any harm. He became a cardinal in the end. But if it's any consolation to those of you who are fixed Southerners, in my case at least, the traffic hasn't been entirely one way. In about 1890, two of my great-grandparents from Ireland and settled initially in Plumstead, where my grandma was born. So in a sense, I'm returning home. As you get older, you become perhaps even more aware of the blessings you received from your parents and grandparents, and the chances of their being present on an occasion like this grow less and less down the years, as is the case today. But the bonds of love between the living and the dead are not broken by death. It's such a great joy to see so many members of my family here today, and so many friends from my youth and throughout the years of my priestly ministry. They and those unable to be here are a blessing to me. It's so good, too, to be joined by bishops and priests, some who have known me for many years from my seminary days. As I was packing for the fourth time in 4 years, something like that, I came across my Fides Ordinum. What is that, I hear you asking? It's a certificate of ordination given to me when I was ordained priest by Bishop Gordon Wheeler of Leeds. It was also signed by his then secretary, Father Cardinal Arthur Roach, who is with us here today with Cardinal Nicholas. Perhaps for some people, coming over the Thames to the south is further than coming from Rome. And if you're east of the River Lee, of course, well, that's something else. It's a pleasure, too, to welcome my Anglican friends from Walsingham, from the parish and from the shrine, as well as from the Anglican Diocese of Southwark and from the Cathedral. As you know, I served until 2 weeks ago, last week, this morning, who knows, as rector of the National Shrine of Our Lady in Walsingham. And that appointment was as much a surprise as this one. The Archbishop spoke of the mystery of God's providence, and it was certainly a revelation to me when I got a phone call in Rome in November. It was a great privilege in Walsingham to enter into the drama of Our Lady's yes to God's incredible invitation, and with others in some small way to draw pilgrims into that mystery, into that drama, and into a deeper understanding of their own vocation. And if that is your constant theme as the rector of the shrine to pilgrims, trying to get them to imitate Our Lady's yes to God, how can you refuse when it comes to you, me? And now the God of surprises has been active again. And they say, of course, if you want to make God smile, tell him your plans. I was scarcely able to believe my ears when I received the news of my appointment here. And when I travelled down, or up I suppose, for the announcement of my appointment to be made in Archbishop's House in November, the loving welcome I was given, in the first place by the Archbishop, but then by the Cathedral Dean, clergy and everyone else, was warm and generous. I was also given 3 wrapped gifts that day. 2 of them were Episcopal insignia, bishop's kit, and the third, perhaps the most important, a copy of the diocesan directory. I do remember, though, when Archbishop Gujarotti, the papal nuncio, rang me and told me that the Holy Father had appointed me as auxiliary bishop of Southwark and given me the titular see of Glastonbury. I remember telling him that the abbot of that great monastery was hanged, drawn and quartered and didn't wish to share the same fate. Anyway, I begin my ministry as a bishop in this great diocese with joy and faith above all in the one who said, "You have not chosen me, I have chosen you." And he is the one who knows what an earthen vessel he is placing his treasure in.